Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're at on this plane of existence, whatever time it may be, you are finding this post. Today we're going to talk about frequency, vibration, um, intention, and emotion. And what happens when we're speaking frequency and we have emotion or biases or prejudices on the things that we speak. What can happen to the message that we're trying to share? So let's first start with frequency. Frequency is a sound that is omitted from instruments, from our body, from our thoughts, from our heart, from our voice. But frequency from our sound, from the words we say, is not where the power is held. The power is actually held within our intentions. So let me see if we got anybody in chat. I don't want to go too far along and miss people. Oh, let me put it on. Okay, it's on my chat. It's good. It's good. It's good. And let's see. Yeah, here. Now, some white thing. Let me finish this over so I can see. If anybody here. Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. I know this is. I have to come on at odd times because of it's freaking hot, you guys. I came in just to watch Rippin' last night, and I only made it till 8:05 because it was over 100 degrees in the garage. So I just came in and watched Rippin' on the animals, how the animals speak, and it's kind of neat because when the dogs were talking, it was coming through my speakers, and my dogs started answering them, and I was like, okay, you guys, be quiet. I'm trying to listen here. Anyways, when we're talking about frequency, sound emitted through thoughts, from our heart, from our voice, it's not the words we say. Because I was giving the example last night, and you know we've heard these things before, so this is nothing new to people. This is like I would call it like a refresher, maybe, from old stuff that we're just making sure that everybody's understanding, so we can move forward. That my dog is the cutest little shit. Okay, yeah, I said a bad word. She's the cutest little shit, but my frequency, it's my intention behind what I'm saying. It's the love intention. It's not the words. Words do not cause curse. Intention and frequency is where we get the conundrum. I am in the midst of doing a cycle of videos for you guys. They're called mind exercises. Please treat them exactly as that, a mind exercise. It's in order to stretch our minds, to grow beyond the compass of our two ears, and to broaden our perspective. Hopefully, by the time we get done with each of the posts um, on the mind exercise, that we will then know how to clear and quiet our mind in order to hear the still small voice that's within come through loud and clear. Now, we've touched on frequency, sound. And again, frequency comes from the magnetic heart. Thoughts, sound can come from music. Remember, we're a rainbow. Color emits frequency. Animals, plant life, Everything has a frequency, and we do a dance together. But with us, we can set intention. So it's the intention behind our words that makes that frequency more powerful and more pointed. So when we are directing our energy, we will then put our intention. Where we can get convoluted is when emotion, energy in motion, gets involved. Emotion in itself is not a bad thing. We're human after all. We're going to have emotion. But when we are trying to give a message and we have any kind of polarization, which we've talked about, we shouldn't be polarized in any degree. We should be going up and down the rainbow, judging not based on what level, whether it be the crown or the sacrum. They're all to be used open and flowing for our toroidal field to expand to its fullest potential. And then, of course, we've got our Merkaba. Our Merkaba is a vehicle in which we travel around in. So we have our toroidal field, which is our sphere of influence, or some may call it our aura field. Some people can actually see auras. There's also cameras that can take pictures of auras. Sometimes people can snap a picture of you when your colors are showing, and they will capture them on their digital cameras. As technology is getting better, we're able to pick up on these things even that much more. It's beautiful. Okay, so it's not in the string of words that we say. It is in the intention with our heart and with our thoughts and our mind that makes the power in the frequency of the vibration of what we are emitting out. And again, emotion. When you are emotionally tied and you react emotionally, things can get pretty confounded for anybody who may or may not be trying to pick up a message. Now, the message had gold in it, absolutely. In the meantime, confusion came in because of the emotion, the energy that I had set in motion, along with the frequency that I was omitting out. Even though my intentions are, for the highest good always and from my heart, you still had to deal with some of my emotion. Hence the live stream for today, trying to learn the difference between our frequency with the string of words that matters not. Because like I said, my dog's just the cutest little shit. And I love her dearly, dearly. Doesn't matter about the words. It is the motivator behind them. So, with emotion, that automatically sends energy into motion. Emotion. Energy in motion. And it's powerful. Emotions are very powerful. Why do you think it is that when you fall in love with somebody, it is the most intense? You get so excited about any time you're about to see them. They can actually feel when you're about to come over to, and they get excited in that, that beginning stage, that infatuation, I'm falling in love with you, where you can both feel that energy coming from each other, from that emotion. Emotions are intense, you guys. Don't get me wrong, they are intense. And that's why when it comes to emotions of anger and things like that, we need to really be careful. But if our emotions are coming from the Most High and wanting the best outcome for all, then we should be okay. Unless you make the mistake like I did with the polarization, protecting. I felt I was upset, my friends were hurt. And therefore some people picked up some of that energy and emotion that I had placed out. Even though my intention for the message is the highest good, my emotions got in the way. And so I want to talk to you guys about some things. We talk about grounding. We talk about when we step, walk in grass and things like that, to ground out with our feet for our body, for our complete chakra, or their complete rainbow field. Let me just show you something here. This little doohickey here is something that you can pick up rather cheap, between $5.99 and $9.99. And what it is they're actual magnets on the tips. And let's say your mind is just all over the place. You can't calm down. The 3D world is getting to you. Bills and everything is stacking up, and you want to calm down your mind, okay, and put yourself at peace. Hang on a second. This little guy is pretty darn amazing, and let me explain why. Number one, it's magnetic. Now, you know that our brain shoots off electrical impulses. It's like our heart is magnetic and puts out that pulse of magnification, and our brain shoots off electrical impulses, which sends out frequency and vibration. All of it does. I mean, everything does, and we need to be flowing. I don't want to hear anybody laugh at me as I show you guys how to do this. You just put it on your head, okay, and you can just kind of, and it massages your head. But oh my gosh, my whole head's tingling from the magnets. But anyways, it's as simple as that, you guys. And your mind, and then, is all in alignment. You're now firing off clear. You just grounded your mind. And these are little magnets. Now, let me show you something else that's pretty cool. If I hit this one, only the long ones are going to move. If I hit one of the short ones, let me stop them. If I hit one of the short ones, only the short ones are going to move. You guys see that? This little gizmo knows, and is smart enough to know which, when we're using it as the magnet to ground out our thoughts, it knows where on our mind it will oscillate. You'll feel the tingling on your head on whatever thoughts are firing out that need to be grounded out, and it does it immediately. Again, let me show you. I'm just grabbing, I hope you guys can see this well. This is one of the shorter ones, and I'm hitting it, and notice the only ones that are moving are the short ones. See, here's the longer ones. Let me stop it. I'm only going to hit this one, but watch all the other ones. See? It's pretty amazing. And like I said, these are magnets. They're little magnets. And I'm telling you guys, when you are awakened and flowing, and I know most of you, if you're even here, that you are, and you're having some problems thinking or calming your mind down, or getting that, I call it my monkey mind, when you're laying down and you can't get to sleep because these thoughts are coming into your mind, and there's nothing you can do about them at that time anyways. You just take this, put it on your head, rub it a few times. You will feel, you'll feel the energy. You'll feel the tingling, that you feel like the bumps, or like you feel like the hair standing up, or when you get those amazing feelings of energy, you'll feel it on your scalp. You'll calm your mind down. You'll pull in your thoughts. You will be able to then go back to focusing and directing your frequency with your intentions, and pulling out emotion. Always ground those emotions out to get the best results for whatever the highest good for everybody would be, from your heart, which is a magnet, and from your thoughts, which are electrical. Our bodies are designed so perfectly. As we talked about the other day, the pineal and the pituitary gland are both necessary in order to secrete the oil that goes down our spine to the sacrum and then shoots back up and sits at the 33rd vertebrae for 3 days before going in and awakening the cerebellum part of your brain. This happens, and we have the opportunity for that once a month. Once a month. So if you missed it for this month, it's not like you're going to have to wait 5 or 10 years. Next month. So it's not like you can have it happen to you 12 times a year. But we don't need it to happen 12 times in a year. You'll have plenty of oil, and what you will find is your body will start to produce new blood, new cells, replacing. You will find that you are getting more fit, energetic, healthier, younger looking, and just feeling great. So these things that we're talking about, they're important. They're important to our health and our well-being. And it's also important to make sure that we're not, even myself included, this was a huge lesson for me, to not be reacting based on emotion. Emotion, energy and motion. By putting emotion out, it almost went in front. It does actually travel in front of our intentions. Our intentions, of course, are going to be the long lasting. But the emotion is going to be the energy that bullies its way to the front first. And then as the dust settles, the intention will then resonate out. I want to show, so this little doohickey, let me see, what is he called? It's called the stimulator. There you go. Easy peasy, not very expensive. Let me see if the price tag's still on here. I got it as a gift, so, and I've had it, obviously you can tell by the box, I've had it for a long time and I use it, but I keep it in here so it retains its form. That's why I keep my box. So, if you decide to get one of these, it might be a good idea to keep it in its box like I do, so it can retain its form. So, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I will walk up behind my husband and do it to him when he's like really stressed out and stuff, and calms him right down. Gets all of the firing that's going off in our mind to just remove, decompress any kind of stress. Okay, I want to pull up a chart that I got for you guys to look at about, remember, I'm doing mind exercises, and I'm going to start releasing the mind exercises pretty soon. I have a few of them done, but I want to release them in succession, so that way you don't have to wait too long in between them, or somebody, if they wanted to, can go through the entire mind exercise playlist without having to wait too long. Maybe let me pull up this chart for you guys. I want you to check this out. Where is it? The frequency body chart. There we go. Move me out of the way. Okay. Here we're looking at the emotion and the frequency, and then there's our connected body and expanded, and the vibrational scale of consciousness. If you notice there at the top, enlightenment is 700 plus. Now, I want you to recognize that enlightenment does not mean crown chakra. Please do not mistake that for being the indigo, the purple, or the higher realms of the chakra points, the third eye and above. Please do not mistake that for that. Enlightenment would be you completely operating in all colors, starting from the root all the way up to the crown and flowing out in the radius around you. Optimal, everything open and flowing. And then at 600 is peace. 540 is joy. 500 is love. Okay, hold on a second. Light my stogie. Okay, okay, we're at love. Now remember, love is green. See the body there? And reason is 400, acceptance is 350, willingness 310, neutrality 250, courage 200, pride 175, anger 150, desire 125, fear is 100. So let me just bring this to your attention. If you have phenomenal things going on with you and you're feeling some fear, you're not at the bottom of the frequency vibrational scale. You know, just about anybody that I've ever spoken to that's gone through there or is going through this process went through a period of fear. But that is not your beginning. It's not your beginning. Okay, now, and you'll see from here, grief is 75, apathy, like, I don't care, 50, guilt is 30, shame is 20. That's why we want to stay away from those that are trying to put shame or guilt or grief or fear actually on anything that we're trying to do, grow, or be. You are so amazing. I mean, so amazing. If people just knew, you know, I know that when I talk to you guys, it's almost like an echo chamber, because I'm not talking to people that don't know this very much about themselves or growing into this. But from here, where we grow and we expand, it's constant expansion, constant awareness, constant beauty of the expression of the divine you expressing out with your sovereignty, your divinity, and your expression, and then experiencing, let alone the other people around you expressing their divine beauty and everything else. Now, I know I have promised somebody I was going to take them flying. I am having some problems getting a permission. I am not sure what's going on with that, but I have put in the petition to take somebody and meet them and take them on some flying lessons, and I have not gotten the access granted to me as of yet. Doesn't mean that I won't. It may have been because of I've been having to do a lot of work at night. They pull me back up. I've been having to do a lot of work at night. I've got, I was telling my husband about it. One of them was in my office. Then there were some things in there that needed to be addressed, but it's symbolic what I'm dealing with. And the other one that I saw was pretty amazing, because I thought we were on our trip. And that we were supposed to be wearing masks, face coverings or whatever, but nobody was wearing face coverings. And I had said something, and I was in that other realm. I talk about that place. That's no place at the time. That's no time. And then I drop in. I was in that other realm, and I'm like, wait, nobody's wearing face coverings. And then it was said, the masks are coming off. People are revealing themselves. So, I don't know if you guys have been feeling this or sensing this within yourselves about a great separation or divide. But I want you to rest assured that if a great separation or divide happens, it's not a permanent thing. It's always choice. Excuse me. So whether or not we separate and go different directions, eventually we'll all end up the same place. And I do not think that it's going to be exactly what we think it is. I think an aspect of them will still be present. We will not miss out on that individual until they graduate. When they graduate from here, they graduate. when you listen to the mind exercises that I'm putting together for you guys, you'll understand what I'm talking about. You may even remember coming in and when you did, and choosing your parents, and all of those wonderful things. Who knows? You're limitless. We're all limitless, but we also have free will. And through our free will, how do we choose to create using our energy, our frequency, our vibration, and our intentions? What do we want to create and then walk through? How do we want our toroidal field to affect others who may come into contact with us? And then, of course, we travel in our Merkaba. And I promise you, my friend, I have petitioned several times. I'm down to the point just asking for a day pass to chaperone my friend that I'm supposed to meet. I promised him I would meet. I honestly thought that my friend was already traveling. I thought they were already traveling. So it's either they've got me busy doing some other work, or I can't get the permission yet to chaperone you off yet. I'm not sure. I'm not going to even try to guess on that, because it's always a private decision. It's always a personal choice. So, my friend, if you're listening to this, don't think I have forgotten, because I haven't. I have been petitioning. It's just I have not been given access. And see, you hear about people that will say that they'll go to places and then they'll feel like a psychic type of energy, and it wards them off and makes them leave. I have not had that happen yet. I've never been thrown out of anywhere yet. Wherever I go to, I get full access. I don't. I haven't had that experience. I want to. Don't get me wrong. I want to experience everything, just like you guys want to, experience, expand, and grow. It's just everywhere that I've been, I have not yet seen where I have not had access, or I have been escorted, chaperoned, or feel some kind of I've heard that some people say, I think it was like trying to go inside the moon or something, that you feel like a psychic block, and then you're either, if you get caught in there, you get the boot or something like that. I have not had such an experience yet, but I want to. I want to go to taboo places. I want to go and see stuff I'm not supposed to see, and see how the response is. That would be awesome. So, but normally, I go to places, and when I go, I check it out. I see what I'm gonna see. Whether it's I like to call them realms. I'm not into the planet or plane thing, because it's always like realms. Even if I would think I was off planet, it's a realm. It's just different realms of possibility and probabilities. It's beautiful. So when we're thinking about our frequency, hope you keep in mind that chart that I just shared with you, and think on it, and check out the mind exercises to be able to exercise your mind and what's between our ears. And when you listen to those mind exercises, I'm hoping that it bends your mind, or gets you to expand your mind into thinking things that you would be like, normally, oh, I would have not thought of that, or no, I would not have put it in that way, because that's what it's about. It's about stretching and exploring. Now, each of the mind exercises I've done so far have an affirmation article, and you can always bird walk from there, and I always put them in the description box for you, so you can check into them for yourself. Read the entire article, if you will, and then move on. And don't be dismayed by the first one being about purgatory. The first mind exercise is purgatory. We have to start somewhere, right? So why not start from where we all started, which would be in the 3D realm, thinking that this was all there was. And then purgatory is also referred to as Sheol, school, or some people can think of Sheol as hell. Depends. It always depends on us. How are we using our frequency, our intentions? And are we using, you don't even necessarily have to use law of attraction. You just need to be, and then do, and then it comes. So, all of these are exercises for us to broaden our perspective, grow in this beautiful divine sovereign that we each are. We are not to be cookie cutouts of one another. We're to be unique. We're to be different. It'd be boring. At the same time, we don't want to be trampling on anybody else's sovereignty. We're trying to tell them what they need to do, or what, and things like that. We want to be able to express, be, and allow people to express and be. We are packed full of gifts and abilities. There is not one here that is defenseless. Everybody has these within each and every single one of us. It's just a matter of our awareness. When we become more aware, then we become more active. When we become more active, then we can get more direction. When we get more direction, then our field expands. And when our field expands, we travel more and we experience more. Not in polarization. Be colorful. Be colorful. Let's say hi to everybody in the room. Let's see, we got, I'm scrolled up, I'm sorry. Oh, the consciousness evolution. Preliminal. Venom, how you doing? We got somebody who speaks Dutch. Dutch. Dead GPK, you're so awesome. I know I come on at weird times. I know I do. It's just so flippin' hot. It would either be this or 4 a.m. So, yeah. And this way now my husband is able to check out the streams and make sure everything is hunky-dory and okay. Does anybody have any questions about frequency, vibration, or intention, or emotion? How our emotions will take front center stage. They're powerful. But remember, they're fleeting. Emotions are fleeting. So if you're angry, it's not going to be forever. It's just for a moment. So whatever energy that sent out, or even if your heart's broken or anything, it's just a moment where intention, where you focus your intention, stays. That's a lasting vibrational frequency that you're putting out. Remember, plants, animals, this entire place sets off energy frequencies, all at different levels, at different times. Animals actually, it was so awesome watching Rippon's radio show last night about the talking animals. It's great. But animals are so pure in their energy and so full of love that they're like the purest thing for us to be around is the animals. They're they don't have judgments or any kind of prejudgments. They just do. They just are. And it just happens. They flow. They don't worry about where their next meal's coming from. They don't worry about what they're going to wear. They don't worry about any of that. They just do. We can learn a lot from our animals. Flowing in our energetic fields with these vibrations and just being will create so much abundance, not only in your life, but in everybody else's around you. It's an amazing and profound understanding, you guys. It's beautiful. And I promise, my friend, that I said that I'm going to take flying. I'm not done petitioning. I'm still asking. It's going to happen, whether it just be a day pass or whatever. I'm going to grab you and we're going to go. Because I know I could get a day pass, but I don't know what's going on, except for I had some things that I needed some places I needed to go and some things that I needed to see. So we know that. Most of us know that there's work going on. We all have dream work or energetic work that we're doing as a whole for this place. It's work. But it's work that we enjoy. It's work we do with our intention through our heart. And sometimes we need to see things in order to be able to point our intention, our heart, in a direction that may need a little more attention than what we're actually perceiving. So that's where the dream work comes in. And so sometimes I get taken to, like I said, to the place that's not a place and drop into a time that's not a time, and I see something because there's something I need to do. Sometimes I'm translucent and just an observer, but that doesn't negate that there's not work that I need to be doing there. And that goes for all of us. But again, it's always our free will. It's a choice. So remember, when we're talking about frequency, we're not talking about the words that we have strung together. We're talking about the intentions that are behind the words that we have strung together. Are they strung together out of love and the highest good? Then there's no problem. But don't polarize. It's okay to get upset. It's okay to have every color in the rainbow go. Every one of them. That's what we are. We're walking rainbows. And I am so enjoying the latest Skywatcher post. I don't know if you guys have been, I don't know which Skywatchers you guys watch, but the light bending on the opposite side of the light source and seeing what I'm seeing is so phenomenal to me that I'm really, really excited about the direction we're going. Whether or not the masks are coming off and you know there's a separation, it doesn't matter. Everything is perfect. Everything is in divine time. It's all by choice. Everything is by choice. And so there's some that want to experience other things. Who are we to say anything about what they're here to experience? As long as it doesn't encroach on our sovereignty and rights and our, to express and to be. So food for thought on that one, you guys. Sheol is translated to the grave according to what Jehovah Witness taught me when I was practicing with them. Right. And when I was looking into purgatory, which is mind exercise number 1, the Sheol came up. So, remember, when I'm releasing these mind exercises, that is exactly what they are. There's nothing else behind them except a mind exercise to stretch and expand our abilities to perceive, grow, learn, glean, all of those wonderful things. Do not look at any of the mind exercises with judging yourself on where you think you may be in any of them, because that's defeating the entire purpose of the mind exercise to begin with. The whole purpose. And I'll tell you, the time we get to the end of them will be so that we all can know how to quiet our mind enough to hear what's going on from within us. The answers reside within each of us. You don't need me up here talking about it. You don't. Everything you need is within you. If I'm able to help you sharpen your sword, sharpen your tools, good. If not, if you don't need, you don't need. It's okay. It's okay. So don't take them as anything. Don't judge yourself by them. Don't read yourself into them. Don't think that I was thinking of anybody when I was making them, because that defeats the entire exercise. Because that's not what it's about. Believe me when I tell you, it's about expansion. It's about learning to quiet so we can hear, so we can grow. We can then utilize our frequency, utilize our intention, utilize our energy in the direction that we choose, not what has been chosen for us, not what we're seeing and then projecting out, but by our own sovereignty, what it is that we perceive and what we want to see. And they promise the new heart that we get, well, it's just, you never want to hurt anybody. You never want to hurt anybody, but at the same time, it really is, it is like, okay, you do unto others as you want done unto you, because you wouldn't want it done to you, you won't do it to others. It's such a beautiful thing. It's just such a beautiful thing. But I want to thank you, the Conscious Evolution, for pointing that out, because it's mentioned in the Bible. But I want to tell you that when they were talking about Sheol, or what was it, Gehenna, it was a trash heap on earth. On earth. It was a trash heap where they burned trash. It smelled terrible. It was hot and gross and filthy. So sometimes these words, we get confused with the verbiage. But just realize, if you look up Sheol, possibly in Hebrew, you'll see that one of the definitions is school. Place of learning. A place of learning. So not only are we here to learn, we're here to grow and expand. It's our soul growth. Our soul growth. Hey Doc, how are you doing? Hi Rick, how are you doing? You guys are a little late to the party. I'll show this thing to you guys one more time, just in case you missed it. And like I said, it's a head stimulator. I've had it for years, but like I said, I keep one in my box so it keeps its shape. If you have problems, I'm just going to finish this out with this. If you have problems with quieting your mind, these are magnets. And like I showed you guys earlier, it's really trippy how if you hit the tall ones, only the tall ones will go off. And when you, let me stop it, hit the bottom ones, the lower ones, then only the lower ones, all of them will shake. But you just put it on your head, and then it will give you like a little head massage. You will actually feel the tangling from it on your scalp as your mind is quieting down, and all of that firing that's going off of things that you can't do in the middle of the night anyways. Or if you're trying to ground out, like let's say you're doing YouTube stuff and things like that, and you need to ground quickly your emotions, your thoughts, and to be stable. This helps ground you out very quickly. Just as much, if not more, because this is pointed right towards our thoughts with the magnets, towards the electrical. The grounding that we do when we walk in the grass. Or I like to swim. Well, when I'm swimming, I'm completely immersed. So man, boy, oh boy, am I grounding out. But If you need a quick ground out, when you're sleeping, like I said, these are not very expensive. They actually massage people that suffer from stress, headaches, or any type of headaches. Get relief from these type of things. And this one was bought for me years ago. It was a gift, and they're not very expensive. So check into them for yourself. Use some tools if they resonate with you. If you think it's something that you could utilize, grab it. They're not very expensive. And I am not sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored by anybody. You can see by the box, I've had it for a very long time. It's just a piece of equipment that I've used that I've just never thought until just recently that I should bring forward, because I use it. Obviously, I use it. So why wouldn't I share that with you when it's been such a beneficial tool for my walk? Of course, I want to be an open book with you guys. I want to be an open book. So, anyways, with that said, you guys, I'm going to start releasing the mind exercise videos. Enjoy them, expand from them, glean from them, grow from them. Leave your comments below them. And also, I did just post about the get-together. If you're wanting to come, when you email me, make sure you put in the header that it has to do with the trip, so I know to open that, because I have not been opening a lot of email or even really in Facebook or anything as of late, and I apologize for that. Got a lot going on. So if you put that in the header, I want to try and call sometime this week and give them an idea how many rooms, so we can try and get a discount. I want to try and get us a nice discount, and like I said, with breakfast included, so one less meal we have to go pick up, and guys, it'll be awesome. I don't care if there's only 5 of us, 10 of us, 20 of us. It'll be amazing. The place is amazing, and I do recommend you look it up. Look it up for yourself, and you can see all the different phenomena that takes place in that one special location. Please like, share, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I love you guys, and I want only the highest good for everybody. Be blessed. Be the blessing that you are. Know your identity, how beautiful, sovereign, divine, wonderful that you are. You are all those things and much more. I can't even really describe who you are. And the complexity and the detail, there was nothing left out. Nothing is left to chance. So much is even within our own body to reconnect and have that aha go on within us. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I thought I saw my husband peep his head around. Wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything from anybody. And okay, I love you guys. It's already starting to get hot. Believe it or not. Yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Always share what you know, so we can all listen and grow. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.